Hi guys, welcome to Classic Sitcoms Facts and Trivia. Appreciate you being here. Today's video is on first and last appearances of some of the biggest sitcom and TV stars of the day. And just as big when they left as they was when they showed up. Hope you enjoy this. Let's take a look. Andy Griffith. Before the Andy Griffith Show began in 1960, Andy had appeared in a handful of TV roles. His earliest was a 1955 episode of the United States Steel Hour called No Time for Sergeants. He revived as Andy Taylor in the Andy Griffith Show spin-offs and remained a constant presence on TV before accepting the role of Ben Matlock in 1986 on the show Matlock. His final TV role was in 2001 on a teen drama, Dawson's Creek. Lucille Ball. After rising up as a movie actress, model, and radio performer, Lucille Ball made her TV debut as a star of her own show. That's just how big a talent she was. After I Love Lucy, Ball appeared in shows like The Phil Silvers Show, Make Room for Daddy, and The Ann Sothern Show, excepting a few roles where she wouldn't be playing her old character, Lucy Ricardo. She launched more of her own shows too, of course, including The Lucy Show and Here's Lucy. Then in 1986, we saw our last glimpse of TV's favorite redhead on Life with Lucy. Michael Landon. Michael Landon became a household name as Little Joe Cartwright on Bonanza, but he'd already donned a cowboy hat before he took that part. His first TV role was in 1955 on a short-lived Western series called Luke and the Tenderfoot. After Bonanza ended, Landon found a new TV home as Charles Ingalls in Little House on the Prairie. His final TV part took place away from the frontier, featuring him as an angel in Highway to Heaven, which ran through 1989. The original Spock is one of TV's greatest icons, with a lot due to the immense talent of Leonard Nimoy. The actor first appeared on TV as an uncredited henchman in the 1953 knockout episode of Four-Star Playhouse. Between his earliest roles in Star Trek, Nimoy was cast on just about every great classic show. His final role came in 2012 as a recurring character on the supernatural hit show Fringe. Peter Falk. Between 57 and 58, Peter Falk landed a number of TV roles on shows including Robert Montgomery Presents, Studio One in Hollywood, Armstrong Circle Theater, Decoy. Before Columbo, his first recurring role for TV would come in 1965, starring in the short-lived series The Trials of Daniel O'Brien. Then, of course, he hit the stride on Columbo in 71, and fittingly, his final appearance on TV would be for the last episode in 2003, Columbo Likes the Nightlife. Mary Tyler Moore. You can thank the Adventures of Ozzie and Harriet for bringing Mary Tyler Moore into TV in 1952. Nearly a decade before the Dick Van Dyke Show would air. She played a happy little dancing elf in commercials that would air only during that sitcom. Her first regular role was as a secretary on Richard Diamond, Private Detective. By 1970, she had become Mary Richards to us viewers at home, charming audiences on the Mary Tyler Moore Show. It's pretty appropriate then for fans that her last TV role was part of a Mary Tyler Moore Show reunion in 2013, on Betty White's recent series Hot in Cleveland. Robert Duvall. After starting his career in theater, Robert Duvall landed his earliest TV role in 1960 on the show The Robert Heritage Theater, Playhouse 90, in Armstrong Circle Theater. From there he became a TV regular, appearing in The Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock Presents, Route 66, The Fugitive, and goes on and on. Then in 1989, his performance in the TV miniseries Lonesome Dove landed him a Golden Globe, proving his TV roles were just as meaty as his movie ones. His last TV appearance was in 2006 for another TV miniseries called Broken Trail. James Arness. Gunsmoke's Matt Dillon, James Arness was a TV fixture from 55 to 75, but attentive Western fans know his very first TV role would come 5 years prior. In 1950, Arness appeared in an episode of The Lone Ranger as Deputy Bud Titus. After Gunsmoke ended, Arness starred in How the West Was Won, and then sauntered off our screens with his final role in 1982 as the star of the single-season series McLean's Law. Harry Morgan. Harry Morgan played two memorable roles on TV as Colonel Potter on MASH and Officer Bill Gannon on Dragnet. Before that, he was credited as Henry Morgan on a few TV roles, including a 1951 episode of Amazing Mr. Malone, The Doctor, and Lone Wolf. Then in 1954, he landed his first starring role on the early series, December Bride, which spun off into Peter and Lady, as a vehicle to continue his character, Pete Porter. After that, Morgan enjoyed a long career in television, with his final recurring role as Professor Sutter in the hit show Third Rock from the Sun. Florence Henderson. As Carol Brady, Florence Henderson's smile practically burned into our TV screens, watching and rewatching The Brady Bunch and its various spin-offs. Well, before she came a Brady, though, Henderson picked up parts in the mid-50s in just a few shows, including I Spy and the United States Steel Hour. The final time she revived her Carol Brady character was in 2014 on the sitcom Instant Mom. After that, her final TV role came in 2016 on the Disney Channel series KC Undercover, keeping it family-friendly, as you'd expect from one of TV's favorite moms. There you go. Big fan of most of those. I've always been a big fan of Michael Landon. I'm finding out things lately about him that I don't like. But as far as being amazingly talented. Of course, Andy Griffith is number one. And all them others are, I hope you really did enjoy this. Please don't forget about classic rock and country facts and trivia today, because it is on Johnny Cash and it is on some things that I know you do not know. Blew my mind when I did this, and I did a video over there. There's some things that's going to blow your mind, I guarantee you. So head on over there. Please subscribe while you're there. Don't forget to subscribe. That's the big thing. That's the second thing. First thing is enjoy the video. Have a great day. God bless you, and I'll be praying for you.